You'll do the knowledge to the master builder. From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Back to the road tomorrow as this is the final game of the Nets homestand. And now Washington's starting group. We've got Jared Dudley. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Wall. And it's Shumpert in the shooting guard. 5 on the clock. Nice. Ball movement by Brooklyn. And he gets it to go. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
Thaddeus Young on the wing. The good-looking shot from the wing. Brooklyn on defense. 4-point game. Out left to the wing. And stolen by Gay. Young's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Wall. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Just 5 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. I think all three of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Now, here's DeRozan. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Wizards on D. Lopez kicks to Miller. Wall gets a hand on it. And here we go. Washington fast break. Finished off the break.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And guys, John Wall, obviously one of the most electrifying players to enter the league in some time. Unreal body control, tremendous length and athleticism for a point guard. And that's one of the reasons he gets so many steals, blocks, and rebounds. All these extra things from his position that really add up.
Jordan sets the pick for Wall. Lopez with the block. And even 3-on-3 break. Nobody near Gay. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Gay's got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, guys, for Wall, the one thing he's still ironing out is his shooting stroke. It looks better every year, but doesn't necessarily go in more often, especially from 3. But even if he never becomes a great shooter, I think he'll remain one of the game's best all-around talents.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
And that one's good, Shumpert.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And it's Miller penetrating. The shot misses. Shumpert with some nice D. For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland. All with it, and Young picks him up defensively. They now take the lead. Shumpert's got 5. Young, a screen on Wall. Miller kicks to Lopez. From 11 feet away. Can't hit. Now Washington takes it the other way. Right wing. Left side, Jordan. Dudley against Gay. Shumpert dishes to Jordan. Shot clock at 5. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Now here's Lopez. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. No good, unable to end this run.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Jordan against Lopez. No good from Jordan.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Lopez sets a screen for Miller. Lopez kicks to Young. Off target from the wing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
No one near Wall as he lets it go. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Pass to DeRozan. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
So for the Nets, Dixon comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Nick Calathes in for Miller. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Wizards. Now here's Wall. He has 7. Cauley-Stein passes to Wall. He kicks it to Anderson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Anderson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Gay can't get it to go.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Anderson. Rodney Hood comes in for Jared Dudley. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Shumpert.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype. You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
The kick out to Wall, and that's a foul called on Nick Calathes. That'll be his second foul of the game. Stuckey dishes to Cauley-Stein. He feeds it to Hansbrough. To the paint, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Here's Calathes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 4 on the shot clock. Fades. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Young last year, as you mentioned, GA, shipped to Brooklyn, provided good punch off the bench.
And Young is so efficient in his scoring that he's a great guy to play heavy minutes off the bench. Shot over 50% from the floor in his games with the Nets.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Hansbrough. They retain possession. Stuckey can't get it to go.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Gay. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
It's Wall with the drive. Here's Cauley-Stein. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Washington.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
And here is Stuckey, following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Stuckey can't get it to go. Stuckey against Gay. Young in the corner. The fadeaway. No good.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
The pass to Hansbrough. Hood kicks to Cauley-Stein. The dish out to Chalmers. Hickson grabs the board. Greg, with Cauley-Stein, his defense is the first thing that you notice. Very adept at shot blocking already. Does a lot of things, Clark, very well.
But, Kevin, I think it's his agility and the way he moves his feet defensively as a 7-footer. He literally can defend all 5 positions.
That's a great point. His perimeter defense, I mean, in smaller players, something to behold.
Outstanding.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
And the wide open shot from Chalmers. Off target from three-point range. Stuckey can't get it to go.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display in that possession.
Now Stuckey. Thaddeus Young missing on his three. Cauley Stein passes to Stuckey. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Shooting for Brooklyn.
The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. No good on the free throw.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Wizards leading by 3. Now Chalmers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Here's Miles. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Washington out in front, up by 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack. You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along in the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Wizards. All out there with Iman Shumpert. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Anderson in the power forward position. 6 to shoot. Here's Lopez. Rebounded by the Wizards. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. As you mentioned, the Nets were great after the break. Had the third best record post-All-Star break in the East.
Yeah, and how about winning 13 of their first 22 after the break? And sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out. And that seemed to be the case with the Nets last year.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Hill has the open look. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. The draw.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Here's Johnson, and it's good off the back rim and in. Wizards leading by 5. Here is Wall. 11 points in the game. Passes it to Shumpert. Jordan against Lopez. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Anderson. And Washington again with the bucket.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now here's Wall. Guarded closely. Shumpert in the corner. Back to Jordan. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Brooklyn. Nick Calathes comes in for Tony Wroten. Nets trail by 10. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
And he sinks the second.
And Nick Calathes, out of the University of Florida, drafted back in 2009. He played the first 4 seasons of his professional career over in Europe. And here's a savvy player, 6'6", great size for that point guard position, but also the versatility because of that size that you can play him in a couple other positions.
Gay dishes to Johnson. Lets the three fly. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
The three from Dudley. Cannot hit. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And Greg, as you were talking about for Calathes, if he can adapt to three-point shooting range that is so much a part of the NBA game, Clark, he'd be in a position to maybe start for some teams.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he can get inside the paint, but doesn't have that explosiveness to be a real attack guard. So extending his range would be helpful.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul.
C.J. Miles, 2. Assisted.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to Portland. It's Wall with the drive. Feeds it to Dudley. And taken away by Johnson. Here's Gay. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And now just a 5-point Wizards lead.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
From deep, Wall. Wall with another miss.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Johnson with a screen on Wall. Johnson against Dudley. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Johnson.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Lopez with the block. And here's Miles outside. Rebound, Washington.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face.
Calathes kicks to Lopez. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Right side, Wall. Here's Calathes. Lopez passes to Calathes. Dishes it to Miles. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
It's Wall with the drive. Lopez with the block. Shumpert against Gay. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
The feed now to Johnson. From down low. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. I'm watching Amir Johnson, Clark. He seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint. He's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Lopez. Hill comes in for Rudy Gay. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Nick Calathes. And Hill has it in the corner. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
It's taken away by Stuckey. From deep. Stuckey with another miss.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
On the wing, Miller. Fires for 3. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start, and yet there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
And it's Hill penetrating. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Now, here's Chalmers. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And here's Miller. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Hickson a screen on Chalmers. And it's Miller penetrating. Lays it up and banks it in. Miller's got his first points of the night.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
To the inside. It's stolen by Hansbrough. And here's the fast break. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
The shot by Hill. Rebound, Washington. Hansborough's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Stuckey can't get it to go. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Chalmers with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The 3. No good. That'll do it for the first half. Wizards lead by 7. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. The second half just about to get going here. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looked like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Well, how about John Wall in this one? He's got 17 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
DeRozan out there with Tony Wroten. And it's Young. Then there's Solomon Hill. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the Nets 5.
Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it. Ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
And guys, you know what? Neither did the defense. I don't think they had a clue.
DeRozan. From down in the low post, it goes. DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
And that one's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Wizards passing it around. Jordan dishes.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Clock at 6. Lopez kicks to Young. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Wall, that's good.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
And Shumpert kicks the Wall. Shumpert, no good. Nets trail by 6. Young in the corner. And he gets it to go from the corner. Young's got 8. Here's Wall. Can't get it to go. Nice D from DeRozan. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. To the middle. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Takes it off the glass. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
That's good. 6 points for him.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Roten, the pass to Young. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Jordan the screen. And Wall kicks to Jordan. Young with the steal. Here's DeRozan. Anderson with the block. On the wing, Shumpert. Defended by Young. Wall dishes to Anderson. Back to Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Jordan with the screen on Hill. Here's Anderson. DeRozan with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And finished off by Shumpert.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Lopez sets a screen for DeRozan. The wide open look here for Lopez. And again, it's the Nets missing. Over to the left wing. To the middle. Anderson can't get it to go. Nets trailed by 4. Shumpert with the steal. DeRozan brings the double team. Back to Shumpert. Anderson outside. Pass to Wall. 5 to shoot. Outside Shumpert. Dudley the pass to Jordan. No good. Good D by Lopez. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Lopez, a screen on Anderson. Hill kicks to Lopez. Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Dudley. Roten, no good. Wizards leading by 4. And Wall kicks to Shumpert. The 3 from Dudley. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Nets shooting reasonably well, 45%. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Jordan sets the pick for Wall. Jordan dishes to Anderson. No good with the elbow jumper.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Lopez. Gay comes in for Solomon Hill. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Nick Calathes in for Roten.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room. Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Gay passes to Hickson. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. Two attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
There's a screen. Kicks to Hansbrough. He dishes it to Hood. Hansbrough, a screen on Gay. Offline with his three. Brooklyn trailing. And he jams it with authority.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really, all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
Excellent use of the screen that time. Chalmers has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Calathes. Inside. Stolen by Chalmers. Here's Hood. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Hickson. Washington with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They set the pick. Down low. Stolen by Miles. Here's Calathes. Young with the ball. Picked up by Stuckey. Miles. Rebound by the Wizards. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And J.J. Hickson is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Amir Johnson's checked in for Brooklyn. Miller comes in for Nick Calathes. Washington calls timeout. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Nick Calathes, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Washington leading now by 5.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot is good from Stuckey. 1:53 left to play in the third. Here's Calathes, defended by Chalmers. Calathes kicks to Miles. Pass to Johnson. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall. Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Calathes kicks to Johnson. Gay against Stuckey. Lets it go from 14.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places you could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up. Nick Calathes really knows how to share the sugar.
There's a screen by Hansbrough. Stuckey kicks to Hansbrough. Back to Stuckey. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Miles, that's for 2. No good trying to beat the buzzer. The third quarter. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. So for Washington, their last game a loss to Cleveland. So on the floor for Washington, Jared Dudley out there with Ryan Anderson. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Wall. And it's Jordan in the center position. Roten kicks to Miles. Here's Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Top of the key jumper, no good. The pass to Dudley. He kicks it to Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And a switcher also for Washington. Shumpert is checked in for Rodney Stuckey. It's DeRozan with the drive. Misses. 4th time against 7 makes in this game. Wizards leading by 13. And Wall kicks to Anderson. Hickson against Jordan. And taken away by Johnson. In transition, here come the Nets. DeRozan leading the charge.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Wall dishes to Anderson. Back to Wall. The second chance effort. The shot no good. Nice D from DeRozan. Inside. Hickson passes to Roten. Good. Nothing but net. The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And Wall kicks to Jordan. The dish to Shumpert. Nice ball movement by Washington. Pulls up on the elbow. A nice shot by Anderson. And the Wizards lead by 11.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Timeout called, the Nets. And with the 4th quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, "We're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it." Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Off target from outside.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Calathes dishes to Lopez. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
And the Nets making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. Off the left rim and out. Nets trailed by 8. It's Young on the wing. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
Gay. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game, some of the best numbers of his career.
Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside, too.
To take the lead. Let's keep it alive. Lopez passes to Gay. He feeds it to Calathes. A wide open look here for DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
And guys, when you talk about Thaddeus Young, last year was another solid season for him. Excellent job finishing around the rim as usual. Solid rebounding numbers, but still trying to improve his consistency from the 3. He started the season strong in that department and kind of fell off a bit at the end.
And Washington making a change here. Jordan's checked in. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Man, Thaddeus Young, he's really entering the prime of his career right now at age 27. Hard to believe he's now in his 9th season. Only spent 1 year in college. Still plenty of room to grow.
And the Nets with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Calathes, covered by Wall. DeRozan again, Stuckey. And that one comes up a bit short.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
The offensive rebound. No good from Jordan.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Nets trail by 4. Gay left side. The shot is off. Now Washington takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Left side, Wall. Anderson, a screen on DeRozan. And Wall. Here we go now. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. That's on Brook Lopez. And the first one at the line is good. Brooklyn making some changes. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Gay. C.J. Miles comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Roten subbed in for Nick Palathis. And a switcher also for Washington. Dudley's checked in. Roten kicks to Lopez. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Passes to Anderson. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Outside, Wall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
That's good from Wall. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And it's Miles missing.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebounding.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Jordan dishes to Stuckey. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 6 assists here tonight.
And for the Wizards and their road problems, a lot of it came from their inability to defend the three. I mean, they were in the bottom third in the league at defending the three as the road team.
Johnson against Anderson. They need this one. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. That's 7 points for Johnson.
And you know what's odd about the Wizards' road problems is that they played outstanding defense otherwise. I mean, compared to 2014, they definitely took a step backwards in regards to their road play last season.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Brooklyn making some changes. Young's checked in for Johnson. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Hill. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for the Wizards. Rodney Hood comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Here's Blair, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 10.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Then for the Wizards, Cauley Stein comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Chalmers in for John Wall.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
The free throw drops for Dudley. Second free throw, no good. Nets trailed by 11. Now DeRozan. And the Nets miss again.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Now, here's Chalmers. Not a lot of room. Here's Colin Stein. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Roten, the pass to DeRozan. Down low. Roten, no good. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Blair, the screen. To the left side wing. And Dudley kicks to Hood. Off target from outside. For the Nets, this one not looking good. DeRozan, the open look. And some very quick points for him on that possession. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Wizards.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for John Wall. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Here's DeRozan. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 9.
2 shots.
And so Chalmers nails both of them.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Here's Roten. Offensive rebound. Hickson dishes to DeRozan. Here's Roten. Drills the three-pointer. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. And it's Washington's ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Chalmers with it. And Roten picks him up defensively. And Blair gets it to go.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Now, here's Chalmers. And so Washington takes the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg.